Well, hey there, Michael with Worship Times. So today we're going to dive into how to make a special web page for like summer trips or events, different kind of things that you could keep people informed with. Most importantly, we're going to be looking at how to integrate Instagram. So the idea came from this as, summer's underway and people are heading out on mission trips. And so we're thinking of like a high school mission trip where a lot of those youth are on Instagram. And so what this tool will allow them to do is post their pictures to Instagram, tag your ministry, but then also add a specific hashtag so we can filter out just specific images that are being tagged to the church and display on a page. So to do that, we first need to create a web page for this event, which we highly recommend doing. So every year when you go do either your VBS, your mission trip, or whatever you do, it's a good idea to create a dated page where it kind of hosts all these different items so people can go to one place to stay informed in real time as to what's going on with the trip. And then there's also a nice little archive for future generations to look back on. So let's dive in. So what we have here is just a sample page. I just mocked something up together here. And so what we do is in the first, like I said, we want to date it, right? We want to say the 2023 mission trip to blah. So it's easy to search for. Then what we'd want to do is normally that would then go into your URL as well, but obviously I'm using a test page. So, give it a nice clear title with a date, get a little bit of description, and it's always good just to have the option for people to subscribe. Subscribe to stay in the loop. You can set up a MailChimp campaign that this feeds into. We have other blog posts that cover that. So a little bit more information here. If there are any other kind of like videos, like if you're meeting up with a group that has a promo video, that'd be a great place to put this here or make your own. What we're going to focus on here is this photo journey. So we're going to be putting in an Instagram shortcode that we're going to generate that pulls in photos from your ministry that it's been tagged and then a specific hashtag. Other great ideas for pages like this is if you have the ability to live stream anything. And obviously since this would be remote, you wouldn't be bringing your whole audio equipment, or maybe you will. Or if you're at an event that has a live stream available, it'd be great to put it on this page so parents and other members can keep up with it. But another way to do that is just to use your cell phone and live stream from a phone. So low quality. Quality is not kind of what you're going for here. But we have other blog posts for that. I'll send links in the bottom. Another really great idea is to do daily updates. And so what you do for that is you create a blog post category for whatever it is. So I'm just calling it 2023 mission trip. But I'd want you to be a little bit more specific than that. And then you just write blog posts and make sure to categorize it under there. And then we can add a feed that shows, here we just have the most recent 3. You can do however many you want. And they're just daily updates on what's going on. You can post your pictures, any kind of things like that. So that's what we did. But let's go ahead and dive into the Instagram. So the first thing we need is this Smashballoon Instagram feed. So if you're a current Worship Times customer and you're on one of our newer platforms, go ahead and reach out. We can get this installed for you if it's not already. If you're on one of our legacy networks, not a problem at all. We can upgrade you and get you on there. If you're coming to us as a non-Worship Times customer, we're using the tool from Smashballoon. We featured this 2 weeks ago for their YouTube tool. Again, we use these for a lot of our social media feeds. So just visit smashballoon.com and again, highly recommend it. We've used them for a long time. They're really a great company. They also have a package where you can get all of these different ones together. But right now, let's just assume you've got it installed. So the first thing we need to do is go over to our settings and link it to an account. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this just so we can start fresh. So when you click Add Source, it's going to redirect you to a different page. And it's going to ask you some questions on whether this is a personal or a business. Highly recommend making sure your account is a business account. It's going to give you so many more options. In fact, everything we talk about today is only possible on a business page. If you have just a personal account, all you can do is just list photos from your personal account. So we want to, if you're not on a business account, go ahead and upgrade. If you need help, please reach out to our support. We're happy to. So we're going to click business, and it's going to ask me, have you connected to our Facebook account using the plugin before? So we're just going to say no just for the heck of it. So we're going to connect to Facebook. And it's going to log me in as me personally, but I'm linked as an admin to these accounts, so it's going to allow me to do that. So we're going to continue as me, Michael Gyra. And yes, it's just going to ask if this is your domain because it has to verify. This is just a local server I've got going here. And that's it. So let it chew. And then we're going to select the business and click Add. So this is ours. Obviously, you would select yours. And we always save our changes. So now we've got our feed set up, our account set up. Now we need to go set up our feed. So we go over to all feeds. We're going to add a new one. And this is where we get to choose a couple different options. What I want to do here is this tagged post. So uncheck what you want, only check the ones you want. This is going to allow people to tag your ministry, and there's also extra filters for hashtags. Public hashtags are fun if you're at like in a large, huge event, like the ELCA gathering. If you want to follow something from that, that would be good. But problem with public hashtags is anybody can do it and anybody can post anything. So you're either going to be spending a lot of time filtering, or you're going to have a lot of interesting photos on your church website. So we're going to go ahead and just stick to our account and tags. So go ahead and do this. Click next, and then I'm going to select the organization we just added. Select next. And now you select the layout. I like the highlight the best, but again, you can select whatever, and you can play around with this. You can change these as you go. A lot of it also depends on how many photos you have. So we click this, and so here we go. Oof, that's always fun to see yourself staring right back at you. So I posted this just a little bit ago as a sample. So what I did is I posted this picture here from my personal Twitter account, tagging worship times, and so now it shows up here. So one thing that we want to go into here is go into settings and then look under filters. And so this is where you might want to add a couple keywords here or a hashtag. So only show posts containing. So what this does is right now the feed is set up that if anybody tags at worship times, that's going to show up on this page right now. So if we were doing this live, I'd have you guys go ahead and try it. So we don't want to do, you may not want to do that, because if there's other groups going on, different trips, or other people utilizing your Instagram account, it may get photos pulled in not from the mission trip. So what I would do is create a hashtag that you would ask your users to use. Here, let's just show you something. So quick, there's the word quick in here. So I can go and just type in quick and help save, and you can see it's going to filter everything out because this is the only photo that has the word quick in it. So I would do something like probably like Mission Trip 23, MT23, or something that's just obscure enough that it's easy to remember, but not something anyone else would just use randomly, because again, we don't want random photos showing up. But right now we're going to take this off. There is also a moderation feed, and again, you can enable this and you can say, okay, you can only select photos that you want to show up. So if you find that people are spamming, or the kids are just being silly, or it's just not really a good look for the church, go ahead and enable moderation. For now, I'm going to leave it off, and I would recommend leaving it off because again, that's just a lot of work. But again, it just depends on the group and who your audience is, and if anyone's going to be offended or if anyone's going to be acting a fool, you may need to do that. So we'll go, but for now, we'll just go ahead and leave it off. So we've got this, we've got all of our settings, we've got our look, we know what we want. So what I'm going to do is click this embed, and it's going to give me this embed code. So I just click copy, and now I'm going to go back to the page we were editing, and I'm just going to scroll down to the section that I want it. Like that, and I'm just going to paste in our shortcode, and then save. Wait for that to chew. Now here's a bit of a word of a warning. Instagram just will slow down your site. It just does. Because what it's doing right now is it's pinging a third-party server and pulling images down. And so in their API, it's not the fastest thing in the world. So I would say use the Instagram sparingly. Use it when you need it, and then just don't when you don't. Just don't overload it. And if you're doing YouTube feeds, Facebook feeds, Instagram feeds, it's just going to take forever for this web page to load. And unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do on our end, because it's not pinging our servers, it's pinging Facebook, Meta, and Instagram, and whoever else you're pulling in. So we don't have control over those feeds. But you can see, so here's the layout. There's my shining face, and so every time someone posts a picture with either the tag that you put in there or just tags you, it's going to automatically show up on this feed. So as you get more, obviously you can get more. And so you could even do different hashtags like day 1, day 2. I mean, just get creative with it, completely up to you. But so that's how you use Instagram and your church website to keep people informed about your trip and what's going on. So if you have any questions, please do comment, leave us a message, reach out. We'd be happy to hear from you. And then please subscribe. We're working hard to put content out every week. And if you have any ideas or suggestions, we're all ears. So thanks again for joining us. Talk to you soon. Bye.